Hey everybody, this is TJR.
And this is Superfan.
And I have a confession to make. There are a lot of really popular shows I've never seen. And from what I gather, Stranger Things is pretty darn popular, isn't it?
It is.
And you have watched most of the show. You followed it as it was playing in real...
I watched the first 2 seasons in real time. I have not watched the third yet.
Okay. And how many seasons are there?
3.
3, okay. I've never watched Stranger Things, though you have been trying to get me to see it.
I told you from the beginning you needed to watch it.
Yeah, and I figured it must be pretty good because it was, the internet was abuzz with it. Everybody was talking about it. But my life is very complex and sometimes very busy, especially when you're trying to make videos, especially when you're trying to practice and learn music, especially when you're trying to play gigs, or at least back then I was probably just, my whole music experience of being a professional music was probably winding down at that point.
Yeah, probably.
I would think. But still, I was busy with things. And I just figured, yeah, this must be a good show. I'll catch up to it at some point.
You were too busy for some teeny bopper, super popular, crazy show that everybody else thought was good. You were busy being too hip for the room.
Maybe I was. Who knows? So I watched the first episode tonight. I watched Stranger Things for the first time. And I'm going to react to it now. And so do you want to ask me any questions?
What did you think?
So let's start with the opening. There were some scenes that I suppose were supposed to be scary. I didn't really find them scary. But about halfway through the episode, I realized something about this show. I really like the characters. And that is not an easy feat to be feeling this before the episode even ended. And when I say I like the characters, I'm not just talking about our 3 main junior high school kids. Of course, the 4th one gets kidnapped or something happens to him. He vanishes, of course. I shouldn't say kidnapped. Maybe he was kidnapped. Who knows? But he vanishes.
I'm not telling.
I know you're not. I don't expect you to. But not just the 3 junior high school kids, Lucas, Mike, and Dustin. But I liked everybody. I'll tell you, the sheriff, when I first met him, I thought, I don't think I'm going to like this character. But before the episode was over, I thought, I really like this sheriff character. It's Will who vanished, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I really liked his mom.
Winona Ryder.
Huh?
Yeah, that's Winona Ryder.
Winona Ryder, yeah. I really liked his older brother. I think maybe I'm wrong, but I feel there's a lot I don't know about him yet that I have yet to find out. Maybe I'm totally off on this, but that's what I'm feeling. Don't give anything away to me.
I'm not saying nothing.
Okay. I really liked I don't know what his name was, but he was the one who owned the diner that the lost girl from the, what do I call it, hospital, shadowy government organization. I have no clue who these people are. I'm going to call them Men in Black, even though they're not in black. But y'all know who I'm talking about. These are the scary characters who are chasing after this little girl. I really liked the diner owner, and I was really sad to see him get shot so quick, to see him, get put down like that. I guess the only characters I didn't like were the people who belong to whatever this shadowy organization are. But I'm not supposed to like them, of course. But I really liked the characters. Also, this show takes place in the 80s. Oh, I should mention, I really liked the 2 high school characters. The older sister of, I guess it's Mike. Yeah, the older sister, I can't think of her name. Her boyfriend, Steve.
Yeah.
I like these characters a lot. In fact, I'll be honest, that's where I kind of felt the most suspense, was watching them starting to make out in the bedroom, knowing that the parents were downstairs. That actually filled me with suspense. I was kind of thinking, oh, you kids, you're so dumb. Anyways, but luckily they had the sense not to continue, at least within this episode. In this first episode, some mysteries have been set up. Who is this girl? This lost girl who seems to have some kind of mental powers. Who's this shadowy organization? But
What happened to Will?
what happened to Will, of course. But to
who are
me,
the other characters too?
yeah, to me, the mysteries right now, after this first episode, the mysteries right now are not as important to me as just how much I really liked these characters from just one episode. I like the teacher, by the way. I liked him a lot too. Also, I liked how realistically there's a naturalness to all the characters, to their behaviors, the way they act. There's just a certain natural realness to it, and to the dialogue that I really liked as well.
And there's a certain, it's the way the film was made, the way the episodes are made.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like it's of its time, not something that was made now looking back.
I'm not going to comment on that until I see more.
Okay.
But I'm ready to watch the second episode. I said, let's try the first episode and see how I like, and then if I want to continue, we'll see how I like the second episode. So we're going to pause now and I'm going to watch the second episode. Let's do that.
Bye.
Okay, we're back. I just finished watching episode 2 right after watching episode 1.
Okay, mister, are you scared now?
I'll tell you, there was one scene that was genuinely scary to me. And that's where the little girl, 11, or Elle, as her 3 new friends are calling her, where she is hiding in the closet and she has the flashback. And she's being put in that little cube room by those men and whatever this hospital, shadowy organization, whatever it is. Watching that, watching her being dragged into that, watching her scream was really scary. That to me was the scariest thing in the whole episode. Also, I have to admit, while not, I don't want to say scary, but definitely intense, was the scene where after Will's mother, played by Winona Ryder, I forget what the character's name is. Well, after she gets the new phone, goes back home, falls asleep, and she gets a call, that mysterious call again, which again fries out the phone. Mm-hmm. All of just her reactions leading up to going into the room. It was very intense to watch that. The actual appearance of like a shape coming through the wall was not as scary to me as the simple fact that the music suddenly came on. It's playing, and we know the significance from the flashback scene in this episode. The lights are going off and on. The lights are starting to get brighter. To me, the low-tech stuff was a lot more scary than the high-tech of a shape coming through the wall. That to me was a lot more scary. But that was definitely a very intense scene. So yeah, this whole episode definitely felt more intense. I'm glad to see that we followed up on the diner owner, Benny's Burgers, which I was made more clear. Apparently, he was a friend of the sheriff, and so good to see a follow up on that. I feel like there's just a lot of complicated past to this sheriff that we don't know yet.
Yes, there is.
That's what I'm feeling, which we're gonna, I guess, find out more on. That was more on, not moron, as in dumb. I might have said that wrong, but
More about.
more about. Thank you. Much better choice of words. Some of the characters, I said I liked every single character. I have to admit, even the characters I don't like are interesting. Some characters, I'm not going to say who, but some characters that I felt, I like this character, I have mixed feelings about, but they're still interesting.
Yeah.
Have to admit. I have some mixed feelings about some of the characters. I'm not going to get too far into that. I thought it was weird the way Will's older brother starts taking pictures of the other kids having the party. Mainly, I think it's Mike's older sister.
Yeah.
Yeah. And her girlfriend with Steve and their friends, that he starts taking pictures of them. I thought that was kind of weird and kind of creepy. Maybe there's a good explanation.
It is kind of weird and kind of creepy, but it was opportunistic, not voyeuristic.
Okay. All right.
Well, maybe a little voyeuristic, but it was only because he didn't intend it.
Uh-huh.
It just happened.
Kind of happened. But yeah, that kind of makes me, like I said, there are some characters I definitely, of course, didn't like the father of Will's mother and older brother. I definitely...
Their father.
Yeah, exactly.
Father.
I didn't like him, but I'm not supposed to like him.
No.
Yeah. All the acting performances in this series is fantastic.
Yeah, it's very much an ensemble cast and
Yeah.
really strong.
Everybody's just fantastic in their roles. And everybody, like I said, comes off very naturalistic. So we learn, of course, that Elle, the young girl, obviously, well, we kind of already knew from the last episode that she has some kind of mental powers. Apparently, these mental powers take a certain physical toll on her, as when she made the door slam shut, wouldn't let the one kid go and tell the mother her nose was bleeding. So clearly using these powers takes some kind of physical toll on her. But the show, so I guess I'm just going to say it. I'm definitely, at this point I hope I'm not disappointed with where this series goes. But the fact that it is so popular, that so many people have said so many good things about it, tells me that I probably won't be disappointed. And let me see. Oh, one other thing I wanted to bring up that I should have brought up in the first episode was the little girl who is Mike's littlest sister.
The youngest.
Yeah. In the first episode, I was kind of laughing, but I felt really bad for her character, the way she reacts during the dinner table sequences. And also in this episode, the way she reacts, again at the dinner table sequence, she seems to be traumatized by the intensity, the fighting, the bickering that's going on.
She wants to cry, but she's afraid to cry.
Exactly. And yeah, I felt bad for this poor little girl. She seems traumatized by forces that are beyond her control. I don't know if there's any more to it than that. At this point, anything could mean anything in this series, is kind of how I feel. Even innocuous details might mean something later. So I am watching with very rapt attention at this point. So yeah, I'm going to continue this show. I'm going to keep watching after these 2 episodes. I'm definitely hooked for now anyways. For now. We'll see what happens with this first season. But I feel safe in assuming that it's hopefully going to pan out pretty well. We've got 3 seasons of this show, but we'll have to. I'm just looking forward to seeing what happens now with this first season. And you've seen the second, and then hopefully I stick around long enough. Hopefully I'm intrigued enough that I want to see the 3rd season with you and beyond. So we'll see what happens here. You seem pretty confident that you've got that look in your eye like, oh,
yeah,
you're not going to have any trouble being hooked. But
yeah, but it is kind of a mashup. It always reminded me kind of the Goonies meets E.T. meets Poltergeist, I guess.
Yeah, there's definitely elements of all those things. And so I guess we do get a little, and also I should mention we get a little bit more of the mystery revealed. The sheriff finds out a little bit more about the little girl at Benny's Diner, the girl that the boys are harboring, hiding out with. Finds out.
Although they think it's a boy. Still.
They think it's a boy, though, yeah. But still, they've kind of started to uncover some of the mystery that's going on. But at any rate, though, yeah. So that's my reaction to these first 2 episodes. Pretty damn good for 2 episodes.
I would say yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Everybody, thank you so much for watching. As always, if you like what I do on this channel, please be sure to click like, click subscribe, smash that bell icon so you never miss a video. And a big special thank you to my patron supporters who are helping me to make more videos. And if you'd like to be a patron supporter, go to patreon.com/TJR the original. And everybody, thank you. Take care. Hope you all stay safe and healthy. Bye-bye.